Okay, well, this video is on how to use the learning modules. And what I'm hoping will happen is after you've seen one learning module, you'll realize that you really don't have to just click and follow what the thing tells you to do, because basically once you've done one module, you go through that same process of, viewing, reading the text and viewing the lecture and taking notes and then doing the activities and submitting those activities and then taking the quiz. And you don't have to follow it step by step because you know where all these places are. Uh, and we've talked about how to access those things. Okay, so you know how to get your activity sheets. Um, you know how to get the text and all that. So basically, you're at the point where you don't need the learning modules. But I'll go through this one, go through one just to show you how this works. Okay. Standard information. Okay, remember that what you will do in every module, okay, is to read the text. And I say take good notes. Now, I'm not going to require that you have notes associated with the text, but if you do, that just emphasizes the fact that you have read the text, okay? And an awful lot of what you do when you submit things to me is to tell me that you've done the work, okay? When you take a quiz, you'll do well on the quiz if you've read the text and take good notes, okay? Now, you have to view the lectures on the DVDs. Here's where you have to take good notes. And we've been over that about printing them out 3 to a page where you can write the notes that you take as you watch the lecture, okay? Then you're going to watch the DVDs and do those activities, okay? Remember, there are some activities on the DVD that you don't have to do, but you can go sequence through them, okay? Then once you've done all those, then you'll go to Dropbox and submit those. Now be careful, what you're not doing is taking those PDF files and just copying the information. The Dropbox activity, and it's listed in the learning module, also says, here's what I want you to send me. Answer this question. Put this information in the Dropbox and send it to me. After I've looked at your response and graded it and all that, then based on what I've told you or what I put in the chats, remember that, then you take that information, put it on your put it on your activity sheet, and then put that in your notebook. And that's when I'll look at it. It's at the end of the semester when I pick up your notebooks and look at them, okay? So you'll complete the Dropbox assignments, and then you'll take the quiz. And then you're finished with that module, you move on to the next one, and you do the same things over and over again, okay? So all the modules are organized the same, okay? So this time, we're going to pick the content, learning modules, okay? You can do it by clicking here, or again, clicking at the content button. This is in the collapse mode, except I've expanded the learning modules mode here, okay? So you can see all, well, they're not all here. I'm sorry, they're not all here because the page cuts off the bottom, okay? And I can't scroll here, but you can see them all. And we're going to look at this module right here, okay? So if we click on this module, all right, and that's the science, process, and metric measurement. Some of you are probably already working on that now, okay? You've got to complete these components, okay? And so I'm not going to click on, I'm not going to discuss the introduction. It just tells you a little bit about this module, okay? What we will do first is click on the lecture and readings, okay? And really, it's the lecture that you do next. I probably ought to edit this sometime and just put reading, okay? But nonetheless, when you click on this, you'll see read chapter 1, okay? And when you click on that, okay, then there it is. There's the document that I showed you earlier, okay? But here it's just by chapter. So you can print this out, but you got to go through the same process. You got to save this particular chapter by clicking this download button, okay? And when you do that, of course, then you will get this save as, and then you'll end up having to save them chapter by chapter. That's why I recommend you go back to the main web page and just print it all out, okay, in whatever length that you want, okay. But you do the save as, you're going to put it on your computer somewhere, okay, so you can then print that out and then put it in your notebook and of course read it, okay. Now, remind you that the lectures are on DVD. I've sent you the box of lectures. Remember the box with the DVDs in it? 7 of them are lecture, 7 of them are lab, okay? And they tell you what to do in each case, all right? But remember that you got to get all your activities done before 8 o'clock a.m. on the day that the module is due, okay? So you'll be doing, after you've read, then you'll go through your lectures, okay? Okay, all this, when it says view lecture, module lecture, all this little thing says here is read the text and take good notes, okay? It'll remind you about downloading your PowerPoints, okay? So that's all that's here is just some information on what to do, okay? And then we'll come to the lab activities, okay? These hands-on activities are, you're shown what to do, just like if you were in the classroom with a lab instructor telling you what to do. Well, I'm the lab instructor and it's on DVD, okay? So you'll do those. I want to point out to you, there are 11 activities that are not on the DVDs because I've added this to the course. And these are activities which you do using what's called PHET. Don't worry about that. It'll be Mechanics 1. And in that lecture, I'll tell you what to do to be able to go through and do the PHET simulations, which are little activities themselves, but they're computer-generated activities, okay? One thing about doing the activities, I recommend you get somebody to do them with kids. Boy, I've had a lot of parents tell me when they take the course, hey, my kids love this course. They did all the activities with me. That's a great thing. Or a spouse, or even somebody taking the class with you if you live close enough to each other. Work together. But these activities generally work better if you have multiple hands. And the more you all talk about it and think about it and interact with it, the more the information will make sense to you, okay?